That's for legal reasons, pal. Now you
Jesus
can't
Christ,
sue
what is
me.
this? What is this, a job interview?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm using this for research and development.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. That's gonna be one really gay gun.
Just shoots cum, dude.
Yeah, we already have guns like that.
Yeah, only
Oh
at
my
men
God.
though. It won't shoot women. It's anti-war crime.
What's going on, man?
Man, nothing much. I'm crowded up. Been eating my sauerkraut. That's what I had for
Oh,
breakfast. It's good for your gut, dude. It's really good.
I I eat kimchi. So I eat
That's the same
kimchi for.
idea, right?
Yeah, it's the
Fermented
same thing.
cabbage.
Yeah, it's probiotics.
Mm-hmm.
So like it's the bacteria in it's already eating it, so it's good
Right.
for the bacteria in your gut biome.
Well, then apparently I was reading about the postbiotics. Like the shit dies, and then it's like fertilizer in your fucking gut, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Never thought about that.
yeah, there's a whole like ecosystem inside your tummy.
Yeah.
There used to be like this conspiracy theory years ago on like 4chan that we were actually piloted by our gut biome. So you're not really like a person, you're just
Oh,
like a
I
meat
heard about that
suit.
because it can affect your mood a lot too, right? And
Oh
like,
yeah.
but
Uh,
I don't know. I
that's why
feel like my brain
that's
is my brain.
well that's why they do poop transplants.
Yeah, I've heard of that. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, they do poop transplants so they
That just
get it
sounds
in.
like next level gay stuff, if I'm being honest. No
Pretty well,
offense.
yeah. No, no, it's all right.
No offense to
I
your
just got back.
community.
No, I just got back from Europe, so
Yeah, how
like
was
I'm used to
Paris,
this.
man?
Dude, Paris was incredible. I really enjoyed my time in Paris.
I already asked you if
Uh,
it smelled like piss, but do you want to tell the people?
it did not smell like
That's
piss.
so
It's
good to
like
hear.
so. There's like two things. One, Paris is not like that rude. Like people say, it's like rude.
Right.
Like, uh, as long as you're like polite. I will say this is that the thing about people from. Sorry, I'm washing myself off with a
You're
faucet.
fine.
I just finished off a workout, but
Hell yeah.
uh, yeah, but people in France are not really rude, but they kind of give it back really quickly. So the thing about it is, it's like I guess kind of intense is that sometimes there's just like cultural overlap. So they might think that you're being rude. Uh, so I only had like two experiences where people were rude, but the city didn't smell like piss at all. It was really beautiful. The food was great. Everybody was really nice and actually kind of sweet. So
That's
I
good to
genuinely
hear.
enjoyed
Cause
my time.
every time I say I want to go to like a European country, everyone loves to shoot it down and be like, "Oh, well, you know they hate you, right?" Like I don't know, like they always try to make it sound shitty, but hell yeah,
So
dude.
here's the thing about comedy and like travel is like, maybe I'm just like a completely different person, but um, listen, I've been hardworking and nice my entire life, and I've never had a problem going anywhere.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if you're just like sweet, like
That's
if you're
kind of my thing. I haven't been many places, but the places I have been where people like Seattle and stuff, where people they have all these assumptions, and you realize like they're just people. Like we're kind of there's not like a place where unless I guess there are probably some, but there's not really a place in America at least where you go where like everyone in a city is some like radical way. You know what I mean? Like there's like normal people that are just kind of observing as well. You know what I mean?
well, they think the same thing about us too. You
Oh
know what
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean?
Well, that's what the people in Seattle told us. They were like, "Oh yeah, we thought like Florida people are crazy," and it's like, what do you like? I don't know. I didn't even think we really had a reputation like that.
Oh no, we have like a terrible
I know
reputation.
it's insane. Kind
Well,
of.
I think it's part. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just because like that's just how the world works right now. Is that it doesn't really matter what it is. If it's the worst version of the thing, you just kind of get that on your Instagram reel. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know. Culturally wise, like you're you're deeply Southern, so
Mm-hmm.
like the biggest issue you'll have when you travel is that people just genuinely have like a different pace pretty much everywhere else in the world.
Right.
And then the way country people, like especially people from the South, we just manage interpersonal relationships in a different way. I'm not immune to it, but I know that I'm different because I'm a little bit autistic about it. But like a perfect story of Southern culture is that I had this coworker named John who's like a telecommunications specialist
Mm-hmm.
because I work in like emergency response. And John is this like genuinely brilliant, brilliant man. But he's also very legitimately autistic, and he's also deeply alone in the woods. So sometimes he'll talk and he'll keep going and engaging. And at my old workplace, there was a day that John was talking, and I looked at him and I said, "Hey, John, I really appreciate you, but my social battery is dead, and I don't have the ability to have this conversation anymore."
Mm-hmm.
And I remember all the old country ladies in my office were like, "Dallas, that is so rude."
Yeah.
And then the next day, I came into work at a later shift, and all of the old ladies, John was in the office talking to them, and their backs were physically turned to him. Like, this is so classically Southern, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know
Like,
what
they
you
were
mean.
like, "That's so rude that you told him
Right.
that you didn't have the time to talk to him and you didn't want to talk to him." And they physically had, like,
Yeah.
just full, like,
Yeah.
straight up back against him. It was like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Well,
You know?
it's like a avoiding. You think it's like an avoiding like confrontation thing? Like they'd rather just slowly inch away from him than like just tell him like you did, like straight up, like, hey, I need a second. Like they.
Well, yeah, I think a little bit, right? Like Southern culture, I was talking to some of my European friends because it was really funny. Is that like European culture was real weird, and all the friends that I met because everything there's close, right? So you
Mm-hmm.
don't really have to like have a genuine dependence upon another person. So it's kind of like the opposite, right? Like here. We think that we're gonna die if you don't like us, but it's kind of true. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I live very, very rural.
Mm-hmm.
I have like five people in my local community, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I don't have like a basis level of being liked by them,
Yeah.
like I'm genuinely fucked.
That's
You know what I
interesting.
mean?
Yeah, because America's
Yeah,
always historically been like that, plantations spread out and like,
pioneer shit.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so yeah, like I have like right now where I currently live, like obviously I could call you, but you live like an hour away. Like
yeah.
right, like in my community, like genuinely, like the people I see every day, there's really like four people that I have to be like on good terms with. So I can't really like always express things I dislike about them or anything of that nature. Because in the South, right, like if you like, you got to count on that person. So if you tell that person you don't like them, you know what I mean? Like they just kind of assume that you ain't gonna ever fuck with them ever. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
That just made me that's I don't know why, but that just made me think of something that happened to me yesterday. It was so funny. This dude, I don't say the name of the restaurant, but I just don't say it on the podcast, but I mean, people know. It's just like 1 degree of separation. But anyways, I was working and we have this like really, really expensive meat and cheese board. And this server comes back with it. The people didn't touch it. And he was like, yeah, they said the cheese was low quality and that they just didn't really like it. And this cheese is like hundreds of dollar cheese, dude. And they're gonna get refunded because they said it wasn't good enough or whatever. But this is like the cheese. This is from Italy. This is as good as it gets, dude. Best cheese in the city. And I was like, man, that bum bitch, she's never ate real food in her life. What'd she want, a craft single? And like the whole kitchen, everyone went, whoa, like wild. And I was like, what the fuck? Like we talk shit about customers all the time. The server walks away and everyone's like, that was his mom and grandma. And I was like, oh fuck, dude. And then I just didn't go in his direction the rest of the night. Every time I saw him, I just like stayed on the perimeters of the restaurant. It was very funny, but I feel like that's I don't know. I don't know. I just like I avoided the confrontation. I just inched away from him. Maybe I should have just been
Well,
like, Yeah, I didn't know that was your mom and grandma. My bad. But I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Like, I would never give advice. Like, my thing for me as a person, I just kind of dive into that shit. But that's because, like, I just have the wrong amount of, like, abused kid and autism that I just have to do that. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, that's just the way I do shit.
Yeah.
Um,
I go
that's
through
why I became,
periods where I'm good at
yeah.
like manning up and shaking people's hand, but then sometimes it's just like months where I just like hide from everyone.
Well, yeah, I mean, fuck, Jesus couldn't carry his cross by himself, Like,
That is true.
sometimes, like, yeah, like sometimes the thing about it is that you have like an idea of what you're supposed to do, but
Hmm.
not everybody's themselves all the time. It's pretty exhausting. And then not only on that point too is like one, that's a fucking great joke. Like that's a fucking brilliant joke. And so two, um, it's really funny when people hear like a good joke, but it's also like interpersonal. Like that
Hmm.
shit always gets to them. Nobody, people love like a dumb joke, like a bad joke about them because they can shake it off. But you
Right.
make a good joke about somebody, and that shit
Yeah.
stings. Like yeah, you
Yeah.
say something actually funny. That's why I hate whenever people do like a impression, like an impersonation of me, because I hate my fucking voice so bad. Because I just have the wrong amount of like gay and country.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
it is. I don't it is very yeah, it's very gay and
It's
country.
very, yeah. Well, it just sounds kind of like it just sounds like I'm just like a. I feel like I'm a member. I'm a member of the Village People, but they added like the hillbilly. You know what I mean? Like just like a fucking
The
country
coal
version.
miner?
Yeah, like a coal miner. And that's not the type of country I am at all. But it's
I
just like
know.
I know it's just it feels like I'm just like I feel when I hear my voice and people do it, I was like that person sounds gay and stupid, and I'm like, damn,
Fuck.
I do sound gay and stupid. Like it is. Like I sound like sucking dick is like the only thing I know about. You know what I mean?
Is your accent like do you think it's hot to other gay guys though? Cuz like anytime I see a girl and she talks real it's like ooh, like I think guys really like that.
Well, I will say this is that in Europe, people fucking ate the accent up. People were
Oh,
freaking the fuck
noted.
out about it.
Noted.
Yeah, like the
Cuz I can
southern
play it
accent.
up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can play it up too. I mean, I can. uh, that's like another thing to me. I don't believe in like gay voice. I think straight voice is the put on, because because every man has a
Dallas,
straight.
dude, where are you going with this?
No, okay, here's the thing. Every straight guy you know has like a gay voice, and that's just their natural voice. That's just their natural relaxed vocal cord. Because hell, I could drop down and talk like this for the rest of my life. I could just be like, "Well, Logan, my buddy Logan
Yeah, but
called me up
I
and
don't
wanted."
do that.
No, no, you don't. But that's because your parents loved you. You know what I
That is
mean?
true. That is I know some guys that do.
Yeah, a lot of men put on the straight voice and they keep on talking.
Okay,
You know, and
actually I see what you're saying.
yeah,
Cuz I
most
kind of
guys do.
I don't talk gay, but I do have kind of a faggy voice. Like it cracks a lot cuz it's like I
You're
don't
not.
try to hide it.
Yeah, you don't have a faggy voice. You're just using your regular voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys whose voice doesn't crack, they're the ones that are I'm putting on the
They're like
straight voice.
trying.
Yeah, they're trying. You know,
They're the
but
fags.
I don't know. I think some people find it like the thing about me for my accent is that um, most people like my accent because I have a soothing voice, but also I'm very well read. So it's kind of like this thing where this voice saying something intellectual is kind of like not off-putting, but kind of surprising. So I always think it's kind of a weapon, like having like a little bit of an accent, because like I'm like a deeply educated and very well-read person from with this accent, which is not like the
Yeah,
stereotypical norm.
for sure.
Um, when I went to learn Iranian in the military, uh, I went to the Defense Language Institute in Monterey, California, and linguists are really weird because like the ASVAB, the general aptitude test for the military, it's based off a percentile, right? So you score and they say you scored better than 33% or 55% of
Mhm.
the people who took the test, right?
Mhm.
So out of a 99, I got a 90. So they were like, you
Ah,
scored
fuck you. I got
better.
a 95.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
So to put it in perspective, Logan, I was like a low scoring person. Most people were like 95 in the linguist camp. Like when I
Right.
went to
Makes sense.
DLI, like I was like the low scoring one because I'm not
Yeah, it's a
like
tough school.
I no, no, it was super tough. And I was really young. Most people were like college dropouts because I went in 2011.
Mhm.
So I was like, all the people who were in college during the housing crash in 2008, like they just faced the economic reality. They got into the job market and they're like, oh, fuck, I got a bunch of school debt. So they went to
Yeah, that makes
the
sense.
military. So everybody was just deeply, deeply, very intelligent, you
Mhm.
know. Now I was the dumb one, you know, because like for me, like I'm not really like book smart as much as I'm intelligent on like, I'm just good at social intelligence, right? I'm eloquent, but I remember I had to hide my accent because I was in California in 2011, and I made my voice gayer because I dealt with like less problems
I bet.
because when I talked like this, they had like less. They made less assumptions about me. I don't
Yeah,
know if I think
makes
that might have
sense.
been like a cultural thing back then,
Yeah.
but when I was yeah, because my southern accent would pop out whenever my mom called or I got really drunk, and people really made fun of me because they were like, "Oh, you got like this hick South Georgia accent," and it's
Yeah.
just they made fun of me really hard. So I was always like, "Oh, gotta hide the voice." So I just don't do it as much anymore.
Yeah.
Some guys find it hot, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, that's why we're gonna secede and rise again, brother. So we can have our fucking accent back.
Mm.
Uh
That's just on you. Oh
um
my god.
this is completely unrelated, but so one of the dishwashers at my work was talking about this and it kind of blew my mind. Uh we work at an Italian restaurant, but we had this like big Easter celebration. Isn't it kind of ironic that like the Romans killed Jesus and then he resurrected and then Easter became a holiday, but then the Romans became the Italians and now we're like doing this bit. It's crazy how it's all like cyclical. Like the all of this like it's all came back together now on this day for this one lunch on Easter at an Italian restaurant. Like it's a very
Well,
ironic turn of events.
you know, historically, like the Romans didn't really become the Italians. So like the Romans dispersed pretty intensely after the 5th century is when the Western Roman Empire collapsed. The Eastern Roman Empire, which was Constantinople, stayed around for a
Right,
while.
right.
But Italy was like a huge mess for a very long time because there were basically these different baronies and duchies and all of that shit. And
After Rome?
after
Yeah,
Rome.
I've
Yeah,
never really
there
thought
were
about
like
that. It's a
yeah,
weird
yeah. There was
period.
yeah. Well, so there was like something like in the 5th century there was the Pannonian invasion or migration. So there was this king called Alboin,
Okay.
and basically where Hungary is, there was the Pannonian steppe. They migrated to northern Italy, where like Venice is, and all of that. And then in the 10th century, there was an explorer named Robert Guiscard, and Robert Guiscard was a Lombard, and he like conquered southern Italy, and then like Sicily during the Crusades was this huge major seat of power for Emperor Conrad II, like the Holy Roman Emperor. And yeah, Italy's really complicated, but the reason why Easter's really weird is because essentially when based off of my understanding, which is probably very limited, is that all the priests, right? That was like a job, right? When they didn't want to lose their jobs. Essentially, there
For
was a bunch of
sure.
city work, right? Like the festival, I think is not Saturnalia. I think it's actually Jupiter's festival. But there's a reason why Easter moves is because it was related to like a Roman fertility festival, a Roman spring festival, and they wanted to kind of keep their jobs. So the Catholic Church, kind of being part Roman Empire, part religious organization just kind of adopted that. So it's weird when you think about it, is that it's like culturally Roman, but
Mm-hmm.
also like ethnically not Roman.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Empires don't collapse; they become another thing. You
Yeah,
know,
because
Roman.
yeah, what even is a collapse? Like, what does that even mean? Yeah.
Yeah, like Rome just became a church, baby.
Hell yeah, dude. The
Yeah,
biggest business in the world, dude. For Jesus.
yeah,
Shout out
yeah. Oh,
Catholicism.
I don't know. I've like, but rest in peace, Pope Francis.
Oh, I liked.
Poor,
I mean,
I
I
liked Pope
I
Francis. I
liked
thought he
him
was cool.
too. A lot of Catholics didn't, cause like he was like, yeah, gay people don't automatically go to hell, and people are like, dude, what the fuck? And it's like, well, I mean, he's not wrong. Like he was just so compassionate that people got mad, and honestly, like looking back, it's like, damn. I was never a Francis hater to begin with, but it's just like it made me wish I was even more of a fan, cause I wish I would have like
Yeah.
stuck up for him more, cause
Well, I think.
I'm in like
Yeah.
Catholic groups that don't like him. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the thing about it is like, I grew up very Protestant,
Hmm.
and
Same.
the thing about the thing about Christianity as a whole is that I think the thing for some people is that they like being homophobic. There's always this kind of like
Yeah.
myth that people who are homophobic are actually kind of secretly gay. I don't really believe in that, because I think the thing about it is that a lot of times people like being homophobic because it's kind of a sin that you can't commit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah, like
It
that's
takes
the
the
reason why.
pressure off of you.
Yeah, yeah, that's why it's easy for them to be.
I,
Because here's the. Oh, go
it,
on.
well, I just want to. I think it's the same. I know a lot of guys in prison. They work in our district that are still in prison. They're on like work release. But we talk about like um fuck, like the pedophiles in prison. They just get extorted. They get the shit beat out of them constantly. I think it's more about everyone having a common enemy that they can look at and say, well, we're not all, we did some shit, but we're not all pedophiles, so fuck them. I think it's the same thing where it's like, I'm definitely not gay, and my best friend's definitely not gay, so we can say fuck gay people because we know that's something we'll never, like, I think it's the same thing as that. It's like a common enemy that you can definitely not be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think part of that's fair. Like, I think really what it comes down to is that I don't think some people enjoy sex. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you enjoy
Yeah.
sex, most people I know who like enjoy sex, they don't really have a problem with gay people because they understand that, like, oh, yeah, that feels good. Intimacy feels good.
Yeah.
Some people just aren't like wired to enjoy it, and that's not their like a deficiency on their
Mm-hmm.
part. That's not like a moral qualm or anything. It's just it is like that common enemy thing. But I also think it's just at the end of the day
I
is
see where
that
you're coming from with that angle, though. I never thought about that. Yeah, a lot of people just don't. A lot of, especially women. There's a lot of women that just don't have sex, don't want to.
well, there's actually just a lot of women that don't have orgasms. That's it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just,
dude,
like
it's
you,
crazy.
yeah, you talk to women. Every woman I know is horny as, and just not like just
Yeah.
as horny, and maybe hornier than men. It's just that sex for them is often so disappointing
Mm-hmm.
that they just I meet a lot of women in that boat where they're just as horny as men, but they
Mm-hmm.
just don't have orgasms, and sex is just not a pleasurable experience. That's
God,
like the
that's
nice thing
terrible.
about being. Yeah, well, that's what the nice thing about being gay is. Like, whenever I have sex, I'm having sex with somebody who has my body, so I know what feels
Yeah,
good.
that's what I always
Mhm.
tell my girl. She's like, I always tell her, like, I bet I could suck a dick better than you just because, like, I have one. Like, you don't, like, I'm sorry, but I feel like I could do better than this right now. No offense. Not that you're doing the worst work, your job, but I have like
Listen,
a vision in mind that I've never seen accomplished that I don't know. Anyways, like
yeah, just go to prison, Logan.
just
Just
do
go to prison.
no, hell no. But it's like I have this thing, it's like just do this. Like how does it just anyways, I don't want to get it. This isn't shock jock radio. Um
Whoa, let's put some fart
Suck
noises
my
on up
dick.
here. Suck my
Uh
dick, suck my dick. Oh my god. No, yeah, I think like I think Christians that like Part of the fun, I think, of life is like judgment. I've been working on this bit lately, is that I was talking to somebody and they told me that they hated drama. And I was like, you hate drama. Like, I don't know if you know this, but you are dying, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
fucking drama is so like, oh my god, the beat of mortality is constant. You know, like drama's
Wow.
nice to fill in that like void. Like how do
Yeah.
you how do you wake up in the morning knowing you're gonna die and be like, well, I'm just not gonna think about who my ex is sleeping with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, like drama's great.
Yeah.
Um, and Judgment's also great too. Like Judgment's fucking so fun. It's so fun to look at somebody and be like, "Oh, I'm better than them." Like it fucking feels great. You shouldn't do it, like obviously, but pretending that it doesn't feel good, that's a lie. You know, that's the
Right.
same thing as pretending like a prostate orgasm doesn't feel good. You know, like a lot of people who become Christian, what they really like they stop drinking and they stop like going to parties. And part of that is that they stop drinking and stop going to parties, and the other part of it is they stop getting invited to go drinking and go to parties. And when they stop getting invited, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
that they're like, oh, actually, people don't because I'm better than them. Like they're intimidated by my
Mm-hmm.
faithfulness. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, you know, like we're just not inviting you because you don't seem like you're having a good time.
Right.
Um, so like for some Christians the judgment is like the main point, right? Like you go to church and you're just like, well, I don't drink and I go to confession and all that stuff, and because of that, like my little treat in the same way like people who go to the gym like eat like a shit ton of ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
or
Mm-hmm.
people like, you know, like everybody does that for some reason. People treat like in my personal experience, everybody finds like a way, like a treat for themselves, and a lot of religious people, they treat being very judgmental as like the treat. You know what I mean? Like,
You gotta
oh
have something.
yeah, 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 you gotta have something. Everybody has a vice. People without vices fuck children. You know
That
what I
that's
mean?
kind of that's kind of that's not exactly well, that is true. Like people that are squeaky, yeah, they got some crazy shit. But like
Yeah,
that's one of those things. That's kind of why my girl let me start smoking weed again, is cuz she was like, which I didn't have a problem with her not wanting me to do it. That was like going into the relationship. She didn't even ask. I just knew. And so, but it kind of got to the point where it was like, hey, listen, I just just let me smoke weed. Like everyone has to have one thing, you know what I mean? At least.
yeah,
And if this is my one thing, then it's like I'm doing pretty good comparatively, you know.
yeah.
It keeps
Well,
keeps me from I haven't drank more than like 3 times since my 21st birthday, and the last 2 times I had one drink and I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm good." Like I just it's not it doesn't suit me at all, dude. I have one drink and I start thinking about like I had that joke about I had one drink and start thinking about killing my dad. I didn't actually start thinking about killing my dad, but it's like I can tell I'm kicked into like just a bad mode, dude. It's like, yeah, this is not I don't want to explore this like avenue of thought. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think like, you know, somebody who's like got more experience with like drinking in excess, and definitely to the point that it like caused a lot of problems in my life. Like the thing about alcohol is that it just really removes inhibition, right?
Mhm.
And the thing about like inhibitions are is that one, they're connected to shame, but they're also connected to like social reward. So when you think about inhibitions, like where what blocks you, right? There's two things is culturally that like our American culture is like always very keen to keep a lid on, and that's anger and sexuality, you know, like lust, right?
Mhm.
And that's why when people drink a lot, you know, especially if you have like a lot of seated anger, because, you know, culturally, it
Mhm.
doesn't matter where you're at. Most people don't have a healthy relationship with anger, and most people don't have a healthy relationship with lust. They're very
Right.
difficult things to have like healthy relationships with. The thing I don't like about weed is that like me as a person, I'm just kind of like a go, go, go type person. I
Mhm.
always have to be doing
Mhm.
something.
Same.
And weed's really rough for me. One, because I get very paranoid on it, and then two, like I work a job now that I can't smoke weed, so I just don't. But and then two, I always felt like whenever I was on weed, it just made it too easy to not do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I I could
it-
I could definitely
that's
see
just for
that
me.
for sure.
Yeah.
I honestly I'm like I haven't noticed a productivity shift at all. I feel like I would
Well,
be pretty honest with myself about it. Maybe
well,
when I was like
look,
16, but
yeah.
I'm kind of a
Well,
I'm kind of a
go.
master of the sword by now, you know what I mean?
Mm,
It doesn't really affect me like it does most people, even after a tolerance break.
yeah.
I kind of know how
Well,
to handle it.
you, yeah, you know how to ride it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's
I get shit
that's what
done
most
still.
people who have a problem say. But um,
Well, it's because I ruined my teenage years with it.
yeah. Well, I would say this, like, right, like, as long as you, I mean, just do, you know what you're doing, Like for me personally, in the phase of where I live currently, because with my work, I live out in the forest, right? So I'm an hour away from civilization. It takes a cumulative, like, hour of driving for me to go to the gym and to wash my clothes,
Yeah.
right? And to get laundry, right? So I just simply don't have like the margins of error that
Uh-huh.
somebody in a more civilized place could do. So I don't really drink unless I'm out on a holiday or I've got
Mm-hmm.
like a plan. Because for me, I don't know, simplistic, I've just got too much shit to do that
Yeah.
I can't be high and I can't be drunk or even hungover to
I
do.
feel
Like
you.
for me,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
like one, like I've got like a 450 square foot apartment in the middle of the woods, which means that like it's dirty all the time, right? There's bugs and there's dirt and there's leaves. I have to constantly sweep. I have to constantly clean. I have to constantly maintain like a level of presentability because that's, even though no one's going to be there, it's for me, right? I need that. And then I have to work out. I have to maintain that. I have to maintain my taxes, my insurance, my like just my general responsibilities to life. I just can't be hungover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried it. Like if I'm hungover, things just start toppling out because
Shit starts
I
slipping, dude.
yeah, well, because I don't genuinely don't have any margin for error. Like it's just so slim because there's just nothing.
Yeah.
One like one, right, I don't have any internet, so I live in the woods. So it's very easy for me to just genuinely like be disconnected and shut off from the world and just kind of like shut down. But I think the thing about life is that I think you need to get drunk a little bit. Like I think you need to get high. I think you need to, like you need,
Mm-hmm.
being you is exhausting. Like even
Mm-hmm.
dolphins get high. Like think about that. If dolphins get high, that's it. That's
Monkeys eat fermented fruit, bro.
yeah, monkeys,
They get
there's
drunk
like
as shit.
lemurs. Yeah, there's like lemurs that lick bugs. But like think about it,
Mm-hmm.
like I get like monkeys have terrible lives. You know what I mean? Like they have awful lives. But dolphins, bro, like have you seen dolphins?
They have
They
great
literally like
lives.
they have great lives. They swim in they are flying. They're essentially flying
Dude,
and
they
and
are.
living in ponds and having orgies. They're playing, they
And they
talk to
still get
each
high.
other, and they still are like, "Oh, I need a break from this shit." You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine that? Like, oh, like, can you imagine a life where literally, if you stop doing anything, you just float? Do you know how easy that would be?
And you
Like, you
just
don't even have. Like, oh my God, dolphins? You tell me, if dolphins have to get high, humans have to get high. Like, because
yeah,
I'm standing right now and it takes effort. Like, if I just
a lot of
stop,
pressure.
yeah, they're in bed everywhere. Like, they're just like floating. Yeah, like that shit's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, like dolphins, yeah,
And they're
they've
always
got
with their
great.
like family. They're just going through the sea with their whole village, just chilling, getting
Yeah, they're
high,
just
masturbating on
swimming.
fish. Have you seen them fuck the fish brains out?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
shit's awesome,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, dolphins genuinely, if those creatures need to get away from the drudgery of living, right? If they like who am I to say that you shouldn't like to judge someone for smoking marijuana?
This is
You know what
something
I
I
mean?
was thinking about this morning. Is like I don't know why I've never been able to put my finger on it and explain it to someone, but like when people say they don't understand why someone would ever want to kill themselves, it's like I don't understand how you've never at least thought about that. You know what I mean? Like not like you really want to maybe, but like how is everyone not like on the
Okay.
fence? Like I,
What's it?
it should
All
be the
right, so
burden of proof should be on you to tell me why I should stay alive. Like I mean I'm past all that shit. I'm not gonna kill myself. But for
well,
the
so
argument's
there's
sake,
this yeah, well, there's this very famous bit from Norm Macdonald's podcast, and it's very poignant because it was actually during the time of his life where he'd been diagnosed with cancer.
mm-hmm.
Um,
Think I know what you're about to say.
yeah, and he said the line where whenever somebody kills themselves, people are always like, "Oh, I don't know why he did it," and he's like, I don't. What kind of cotton candy land
Yeah,
shit do you
yeah,
live in? Have you
yeah.
not heard of life?
Uh-huh.
Uh, like so, Logan. I think something that makes somebody a comedian, something I've noticed, at least somewhere decent of a comedian, someone capable of utilizing humor. You have to be self-aware, some degree of self-aware, and self-awareness comes with suffering,
Yeah.
right? There's just this genuine part about it. Some people on a real level, they're just not self-aware. And people who are not self-aware, they don't understand the concept of like, oh, it genuinely kind of sucks to be alive or
Dude.
anything like that,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
And it's
you just hit the nail on the head. That makes a lot of sense. Like I'm in a Alcatraz level prison of self-awareness. It's insane.
yeah, yeah, well that's just, that's what God does shit like that to people for some random reason. But um
I feel like I'm the CIA doing like an MK Ultra experiment on myself. Like I'm studying myself all day with a clipboard. Like I'm like,
uh you know,
what is this fag doing, dude?
well, first off, don't talk about Logan like that. He's a friend of mine. But
Sorry. Sorry.
no, I think like yeah, when people aren't really self-aware, right? Like when people aren't really like cognizant of life as it is. But also, I try to lately in life, I'm trying to avoid that concept that like intelligence makes you want to suffer. Inevitability, like powerlessness, makes you want to suffer. And I think when you're self-aware, and I think when you're cognizant of who you are and where you're at in the world, there's just like, especially today, there's just a certain level of competency that kind of lets you know how powerless you are. You know what I mean? There's like this
Right.
moment. Yeah, like there's this moment in my life, right? Like I'm walking in the woods right now, and like I do like nature journaling, and there's like this moment where it's like, oh, I see less bugs, or like I see when certain plants and flowers are blooming and they bloom at a different time. That's like a huge, very abstract, moving problem that I almost have no power to solve, really, right? Like, and it's like a genuine, like, real thing where it's like, all right, the knowledge I have in working around these things, I can see where these problems are lining up and what they look like, and I don't really have much power to solve it. And it's that power, that lack of agency, that lack of competency of like, oh hey, here's this big problem in life, and I don't have the ability to change it. And I think self-awareness adds that layer to it. Like when you're self-aware, it's almost like it's almost like your body is actually kind of trying to protect you a little bit. Like I think when you think about like Alcatraz, right? Like I think sometimes self-awareness, in my personal experience, I think it's actually kind of meant to be like the misery, the suicide stuff. I think that that's just like your way of loving yourself, right? Like, yeah, everything's fucked up, everything's terrible. Like, there's a part of you that would do anything to make you okay,
Ah,
because yeah, there's genuinely like a part of you that would do anything to make you okay, even if it's just, even if it is suicide.
right,
So
right.
right, like, because like this is probably going to be like really gay, but I really think genuinely, like most people are aware that the ultimate like act of love is like sacrifice, right? You know, like something that's like a valuable, like an invaluable aspect of my soul, like something I deeply believe and try to kind of like live with for most of my life is that like even if I believe in evolution and even if I want to believe in kind of like this nihilistic it's a dog eat dog world and
Right.
we're just like
Right.
meat suits going through the whole thing. There's just a I have an innate understanding through fortune, I guess. Like this is
Mm-hmm.
just something that somewhere down the line someone made like a sacrifice, whether it was like a mom 1,000 years ago or my mom or my sister, or, some random guy,
Mm-hmm. Or the
someone
Christ.
or the Christ, shut the fuck up. But somebody did this thing, that didn't really make any logical sense. They just kind of,
Yeah.
sacrifice things, so
It
that's
puts a
just
little
kind of how
sparkle into the world.
yeah,
I
like,
think that I
there's
think that's
just
why the gospel, like for real, I think that's why it at least resonates with people because it's like that that story is like what makes us human in a sense. Like even though it was something a god did, like it's like sacrifice for like no reason like that. Yeah, it like it proves like you have morals above like an animalistic survival instinct, you know.
I don't know. I don't know if it proves that. I
I
think it
think
just proves
so.
that
I
there's something
mean,
more. I don't know. Well, so I say all that to probably have, part of an inherent part of my personality. I just like play. I just like being goofy. I like being silly, and
mhm,
I think that you know, life sometimes genuinely sucks. Sometimes
mhm,
it's just brutally unfair, and
mhm.
and there's just genuinely no control over that. I've been working on this stand-up bit. You know, I people in America, if somebody ever says that they were poor, that's how you know they're a fucking liar. Because being poor is the most shameful thing you can be in
Yes,
America,
dude.
right? Like
Yeah.
so if somebody says they're poor, that's how you know they're upper middle class. Like do you
They're
know how you
fine.
can tell if yeah, you know how you can tell if someone's really poor? If they tell you they believe in Jesus.
Hey,
Like, dude,
dude.
if I was rich enough, I would be an atheist. You know what I mean? Like, if I was
Right.
wealthy enough, like, oh my God. If I was, oh, dude, if I was like, dude, if I was wealthy and about 2 inches taller as a person, I'd be like full on, like, it's so stupid to believe in God, dude. I'm just like hedging my bets at this point. Like I'm totally, like, I
That's
don't
so
know about
funny.
you. I don't know about you or the life you're living, but I gotta have a promise of a better one after this shit, because this is definitely not the pinnacle of experience for me. You know what I mean? Like
That's pretty
I'm
funny.
struggling. I'm fighting. I'm like hoping, like, all right, I'll do the good thing. I hope, like maybe there's something better
Come on.
afterwards.
Give me
Come
something.
on, come on. You know what I mean? Like
It's like
I
a
have no
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I certainly don't have enough right now to be like, yeah, there's no God. I fucking yeah, like I'm poor and
I'm
I've
holding
been
out, man.
lucky. Yeah, I've been really lucky in life, so I can't even, like I've been so lucky that it's easier for me to imagine like a creator God
That's
having a
that's
personal preference for
yeah.
me than to really conceptualize it as luck, you know.
No, for real, me too. Cause I, especially when I think about, I mean, I was in like a weird like spiritual dead spot, and then like one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my entire life, no joke, like just falls into my lap and like loves me, like loves the real like it was just like it made no sense. I was talking to no women. I was doing not like it's like either I'm in the Truman Show or like there's a god. Like it's one of those. Like it just there's because it's not just her. Like with stand up, with everything. Like yes, I work hard and I try, but at the end of the day, like there's just so much grace that the people in my life have shown me, and that just if you think it's luck that the universe has showed me, like it just doesn't make sense for it to not be some kind of rhyme or reason. And it just
Uh,
there's got to be
I don't know.
something. Like
Yeah, I think that that's like I think that that's personally in my life. I think that's kind of like the dance with like faith, right? You know.
yes, dude, it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah. Well, because I think the thing is in my life, I always try to put it in this sense that it's like I don't necessarily know why. Like it's not because it's definitely not because I'm better than other people. Like I don't know why. I just have to contextualize it as like a gift and I'm going to be nice about it. You know what I mean? Like because I think that that's like genuinely speaking, I don't think people need to believe in God or any kind of or Hinduism or any kind of spiritual thing. I think they just need to actually hold like an actual belief
Mm-hmm.
in something, or they or they just kind of default to thinking they're better than everybody else. Like Carl Sagan, like is genuinely one of the most important people to my faith because he just genuinely believed in people and loved,
Right.
um, and so, like, for me, I think the thing about it is like the dance, like the hard part about it for me personally, because I just witnessed so many people become shitty for it, is that like they start mistaking like the blessings or like the fortune as something that they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
And then like
Prosperity gospel.
yeah, like prosperity gospel, and then also it's just like
In your
I'm
own
really
head, yeah,
lucky.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm really lucky because like growing up gay, right? Um, I think it just taught me a lot more about like empathy and compassion. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've I've met so many people that just kind of like lack empathy, lack compassion, lack any kind of like attempt to understand like emotional feelings for other people. And so I think it's like for me, I've just been really lucky because like, oh, I grew up and I was so different from everything, and being so different from everyone just kind of made me realize what it was like to be alone. And you know, I try to be thankful, but really, I'm just kind of like a little bit of a rotten, horny bastard. You know what I mean? Like
Dude,
I'm
same.
just, yeah, I,
What scares me is like if like I mean I do believe in God. That's how I live my life. If God took everything away from me right now and like sent me and killed me and sent me to hell, like in a way like I couldn't even like in my mind it's like that sucks and I'd be pissed, but like I can't find a reason to like I didn't deserve any of this in the first place, you know what I mean? And that's what's it's like it's so powerful and it sometimes it just makes me cry. It's like all the blessings in my life. Like I really didn't do anything to earn them. Like I tried to earn them. But like at the end of the day, like yeah, like you said, I got some fucked up shit, dude. Like I can't stop sinning like in really crazy ways and it's like that's just I don't deserve like I mean I'm not doing it like I make that sound wild. I make it sound like I'm out like fucking murdering homeless people or something. But in my mind, I just hold myself to a
I'll
very high
see you
standard
next
in everything I
Wednesday.
do. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. I think like I don't have any clues. You know what I mean? Like, I know what works for me. I don't know what works for you. Like I think the thing about it is that just whatever it takes to be nice. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't, whatever it takes. Just deep down. I've met so many people with so many different belief systems. I've been around the world. I really just don't care as long as you're nice. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes for you to be nice, whatever it takes for you to be kind. Because on the whole, like some people are just cunts. Some people are
Yeah.
just cunts.
Yeah.
They'll be cunts if they believe in God. They'll be cunts if they don't believe in God. They'll be
Mm-hmm.
cunts. Like they just want to be cunts. And some people are angels, and they'll be angels if they believe in God, and they'll be angels if they don't believe in God. They'll be angels.
Yep.
Uh, I know what I need in my life right now, currently, and I'm probably wrong. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I'm not like the most faithful person. I'm not like, dude. I, I had sex with two men in Paris at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
you
That's
know what I mean? Like, I know that God's not happy about that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be like I know He's gonna be mad about that. But I'm sorry. don't put two men in front of me at the same time. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like, like I'm sorry. I'll work on it. I'll get the punishments I deserve for it. You know what I mean? Like, so, that's my life. I'm not gonna
I
say
think
no
you
to
still
that.
got a good shot at it. I think,
Well, oh yeah.
I think you know, you make a you throw up a last minute Hail Mary when you're dying. You go purgatory for like a billion years, and then you're gonna be good, dude.
Oh no, like what if I'm already in purgatory? No, I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
think you can
believe
jerk
in.
off in purgatory, man. I've been jerking it crazy like crazy. We are not in purgatory, man.
Dude, yeah, I don't know. You're right. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you
There's
wouldn't
no
be able
way
to
you're gonna
jerk.
be allowed to jerk it in purg.
Yeah, jerking and purg.
I'm jerking right
Purg
now. We ain't in
jerking.
purg.
We ain't in purg. Purg jerking? You purg jerking, bro? Uh, no, I think, yeah, like it's just like, fuck it, like
Yeah.
I have needs, like, unfortunately, that's just how I'm wired, like I would love to, like, oh man, I was hanging out with a straight friend of mine that I hadn't seen in a long time. And we were in London and we were walking around, and it was like the first beautiful day of the year in London. And so, London, when I went, like, just the weather was glorious. It was perfect, beautiful spring weather, which is not traditional to London at all.
Right.
And my buddy was seeing like these women jogging, these beautiful women jogging, and there was a way that he reacted to those women, and I was just like, "Fucking Christ!" I like, God, that's how I know I'm gay. Like it's just like a general wiring thing. The way he reacted to women, I was like, fuck, like there's no me ever being straight because I can't even pretend to have
Really?
that like
That's
same
one thing.
reaction.
So I'm not gay, but like I understand. Like I'm a sexual freak, so like I understand like liking sex, right? I don't understand not liking. Dude, I don't understand not liking women, man. I really don't. Like that's crazy, dude. You don't like. You don't want to like. I don't know, dude. That's just crazy to not want to put your penis in a woman's vagina. Like I don't. I
Yeah,
really don't understand it. It seems like
yeah,
so fundamentally there. Like, how do
yeah. It
women
was,
not want to have a penis and put it in a woman's vagina? I don't get it. They're just women are
well,
so perfect and beautiful. It's insane. And I'm not trying to be that classic like dumb straight guy like, dude, how do you not want to fuck tits? But like, how do you not want to fuck tits, bro? It's crazy.
uh, well, I do want to fuck tits, but they're different kind of tits. I love men titties, but
That's ins-
I love man tits. Oh my god, I love man. Anyway, no, it's just like it's like genuinely like a wiring thing. Like it's
Yeah.
just like it's not like the same way like you feel about like women. I feel that way about men. Like it's
Yeah.
just genuinely like
I'm
I'm just
trying to do a
wired.
bit. I'm trying to do a bit right now where it's like me and my girlfriend were talking about how like women understand all women are kind of lesbian in a sense. Like not really, but like they watch lesbian porn or when they watch porn they watch the girl. Like they understand females being attractive. Like every woman does, even if they don't want to fuck a woman. But all men don't understand men being attractive. Only gay ones do, right? So like, I feel like that's why I hate women because they're all gay. You know what I mean?
No,
But I don't
okay,
know.
so I will probably disagree with you on that. Is the thing is that like Ron White has this joke about that. Like you like sexuality is like a little bit of a spectrum and people are wired like I can see a woman and think that she's beautiful. I just don't have like the same
Yeah,
sexual urge,
yeah.
right? Like Logan, like you've watched porn before. There's definitely times like you don't get off on porn unless you find the man in it attractive.
Well, yeah, it
You know
can't
what I
be.
mean?
You're right. You're right. That's the joke. It's like you don't want a big fat guy. You want a cool guy with a big dick. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's a
You
great.
can't.
No, it's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, yeah, like it. There, like and this is just like a general, and I'm probably saying this like this is like the more gay version of it. Like you can't genuinely you can't like masturbate to porn and like as a straight person, that you put it in the back of your head. Like the only way that you're masturbating to porn is that if you find that man attractive. Like because if you didn't find that man attractive, it would like turn off in your
Hmm.
brain. You know what I mean?
No, that's like that's really what got me on my like anti-porn kick is like I
Oh,
realized
it's too gay for you?
yeah, I was like I'm being a huge fag. I'm being a cuck fag right now, dude. I'm watching a big jacked guy fuck the hottest girl I've ever seen. Like I'm such a cuck. Like it really pissed me off. I had this like mind-blowing cuz like you're like 12 years old and you start watching porn and you don't even know you don't even think about like the that dynamic and then that just becomes a normality. And then one day you're a grown man and you're like this guy's probably the same age as me. Like what the fuck am I doing? Like this is some cuckold gay shit.
Yeah, well, one, I would say that that's like personally, that's how I know that you've got a little bit of gay in you. As like there's the shame part of it. Like you're like
I'll
just a
take that.
genuine,
I might be
yeah, like just
3% gay.
yeah. There's like everyone's got like a little bit in them. But I think the thing about it is that when you, you know, essentially at the end of the day, right? Like the whole point of it is that like everyone's wired like a little bit differently. I think like the problem with porn in general, like in my experience, because I try to cut down like porn, is that like it's not the cuckold aspect of it. I think it's just bad to think about people the same way you think about a burger. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
dude. No, it's
Like,
gross.
and like I like it obviously because it's like a cheeseburger, but you know, like I think it's just bad to do that. I personally in the gay world right now, something that's going like insane because I'm like 32, but there's OnlyFans is like a scourge for 20 something gays. And I'm
Hmm.
like watching so many young gay men like become involved in OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And you know, go get your bag, go get your coin. I'm not gonna judge you for getting the bag, right? But the problem I'm noticing is like I've personally, I know four different gay guys that went onto OnlyFans into becoming legitimate sex workers, into becoming addicted to meth. You know, like just straight like
Hey,
pipeline into.
I'm one of the few that's not scared to say, don't go get your bag. That's probably a bad route. That's a bad idea. And I've always kind of
No,
stood by
no.
that. I know a guy with two young daughters and he got pissed because he was saying like we know this other chick who's like in her 20s and she was doing it and he was like, dude, I don't knock it, man, like whatever. And I was like, your daughter would grow up and do that and you wouldn't knock it, and he was like, why would you even go and it's like, well, like it's just a job. You just said it's just a job and get your bag. Like it's obviously something wrong with it if you don't want your kids doing it, you know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. Me personally, right? Like I just know, like, in my life and my experience, right? Like, I always try to think about rules and what I believe for myself as just applying to myself. And when I say, like, go get your bag and everything, like,
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that some people need to make the mistakes in their lives, and some people need to live their lives the way they've been given it. You know, for me to tell people what to do, what they think is right or wrong, or anything like that, you know, I'm just not them. Like I genuinely am not them.
For real.
You know, at the yeah, you know, like
Yeah.
I can't. You know, so like for example, like with the OnlyFans thing, right? Like, who am I to tell somebody that is like from a poor community,
Mm-hmm.
been poor. You know, like one of the guys that ended up on meth, right? He was like genuinely an orphan and like with a bunch of mental health problems. He's a sweet angel baby, but he's just a truly abandoned boy, right? Like purely and totally abandoned as an individual, right? Who am I to tell that person to not do OnlyFans because I have like a thing of like
No,
I
you're
like
so right. You're right.
yeah
And you are talking to the 21-year-old Catholic convert. So,
yeah
but I mean, that That is the dynamic here. Sorry, I don't know how the audio is gonna sound now that I'm outside, but my dog almost took a shit on the floor. But
Oh no.
we hit an hour. If you want to keep going, I'm down. This is like the best one I've ever done. But if you're good, I'm good,
Yeah,
man.
I'm
This
good. Hey,
yeah
have a good one, man. Take
yeah,
care.
dude.
Bye.
Be good, man.
You too.